everyone, this is Rabbit's Blog Animation Bliss, and welcome to another anime discussion series. So today's anime discussion is going to be on what are your thoughts about indie animation making it to theaters? And the reason why I brought up this topic is because recently the Amazing Digital Circus is going to have their 9th and final episode premiere in theaters. And personally, I think that this is a really big deal for indie animation as a whole, because honestly, I wanted to see indie animation get a lot more love in the film industry. And I think that having the Amazing Digital Circus, which is an indie animated project, is a good way to start off with having more indie animation come to theaters. The reason why I really love indie animation as a whole is because they're able to do a lot of things with the plot and the characters that you don't normally see in a lot of mainstream media. Like they're able to put the characters in darker places, or they're able to twist the nature of the characters that they can't really do in a lot of mainstream media, or they're able to tell a lot of different type of stories that you're not able to see in a lot of mainstream media. So I do like the fact that maybe with more indie animation coming to theaters, there will be a lot more creative movies coming out, and maybe there will be like more movies that are like trying to get away from the main trend that they see in a lot of mainstream movies and try to do their own thing a bit more. Like, I love it when movies in general just try to do their own thing and just try to write the characters and the plot a little differently from the mainstream media, because those are like some of the most interesting types of storylines and characters that I like to see in a lot of movies in general. And I do find the Amazing Digital Circus to be like one of the most unique indie animations that I've seen in a long while. And I do think that the Amazing Digital Circus deserves to be in theaters because this is a very popular indie series. Like, it keeps getting like 1 million views per video, and I do think that it deserves all the popularity it got. My only issue with the Amazing Digital Circus coming to theaters like this is that if you haven't seen the first 8 episodes of the Amazing Digital Circus, you might be a bit lost at what is going on with the plot and what's going on with the characters. So my suggestion to you guys is, if you're thinking about watching the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters, at least with the 9th episode, then please watch the previous 8 episodes first before you watch the movie in theaters, so that way you will understand who these characters are and what the plot of the story is all about. And now a word from this channel. All aboard the Animated Social Media Express. Want to send some tweets my way? Then follow me on Twitter. Want to join our special animation community? Then join our Discord group, Animation Bliss. Want to see more updates on our YouTube videos? Then check out our Facebook group, Animation Bliss. Want to download on everything going on with this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, back to the video. But overall, I'm really loving the idea about indie animation coming to theaters. I think that indie animation needs more exposure in the film industry, and I think that this is a great way to expose more indie animation towards the general audience. And I do think that the Amazing Digital Circus is a great way to introduce more indie animation to the movie theaters and have the general audience be exposed to different types of storylines and different types of characters than what we're used to seeing in the mainstream media. So yeah, I really love the idea about having indie animation make it into the big screen, and I hope that we get to see more indie animation make it to the big screen. So those are my thoughts about indie animation coming to the big screens, and tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think about having independent animation go to movie theaters, and are you guys excited for the 9th episode of the Amazing Digital Circus coming to theaters? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Blog Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.